Proper rest doesn't come by keeping your mind busy. Some of us in this day and age are so overstimulated all the time. Let's say 99% of the time, whilst we're awake, our waking moments. Maybe there's a moment when you're in the shower. Sometimes your brain can still be occupied though, if you've got music on, if you've got other podcasts on, audiobook, something, or if your brain's just super busy. What do you think happens if there is so much going on all the time? Of course, this kind of epidemic of people feeling with burnout or just even chaotic mindset or thoughts or not able to relax, you're just gonna feel like you are constantly like on fire. It's supposed to be a flame. So this is gonna feel like you're constantly on fire. How do we put the fire out? We get the bucket of water, or we get the fire extinguisher and we fight the fire. We don't fight fire with fire. So more fire would be adding to this. Let's make it like a bonfire. I don't know if you guys know about Guy Fawkes, like think of bonfire night. You just throw more things on the fire to keep the fire going, right? Keep the fire flowing. Do you want the fire to keep flowing? Sometimes it's like a coping mechanism, or just you get so wrapped up in how, I don't know, all the things in life, that's the things that you're adding to the fire, right? You're adding more issues, you're adding more stimulation, you're adding more TV shows, you're adding more songs, you're adding more podcasts, you're adding more books, you're adding more things to do. And just put out the fire, even if it's just for like an afternoon a week. I'm not saying to do it every minute of every day, although this is ideal because all these things just keep us distracted and make us feel like we're on fire. This is why it's really hard to be in everyday life, because it feels so overwhelming all the time. But we are also factors in this overwhelm. We have to realize this. If you never take the time to unplug, what do you think happens? You're gonna overheat. This is supposed to be a plug. I was gonna do like the universal one, or I thought, oh, in the North America they have just the 2-prong. Anyway, if you don't unplug, if you leave something in over a period of time, it'll get hot. It will start to overheat, and this is what's happening to our brains. This is our brain, and our body too. It needs rest and downtime. If we're always stimulated with all these things, YouTube videos, TikTok, shorts, like whatever it is, I don't know, always talking to people, always on messaging services, WhatsApp, on Facebook Messenger, there's no rest, no proper rest. And it may feel like rest when you're just like sitting there scrolling because you're doing one task, but think about all the information that's coming through. Just think about it. It's not just like one little nugget. I always like to take this back to like when we were not even as far as cavemen, before we had more technology, right? You could only really do one task at a time, and it wouldn't be something super stimulating. It would more be something, maybe you're doing something with your hands, maybe you're on watch or lookout. Yeah, let's take it to caveman days when you're looking out for predators. You're focused on that task. Your brain and mind is not split. It's not split into so many different tasks. This is why you become more efficient at things. Think about when maybe there's been a time where you focused on something really well and you're in this flow state. This is actually our true nature of being, just to let everything flow and be. But how can things flow when we're adding more fuel to the fire? Maybe it feels like flowing because it's like, oh yeah, now I'm like feeling so energized and enraged or whatever it is, right? But this is just a distraction. The true focus, energy, where you put it when you come into this flow state is more beneficial. So we have to take that time to unplug, because we think rest is just like laying in bed, maybe just having our phone, like scrolling. Think about the light not just the light. Think about your like using your hands to physically scroll. Think about your brain, how many miles a minute it's going with everything. And even though there's some great information online, we need to limit it. We need to have time to rest, just to be still. No input, no using our hands. Even knitting, crocheting, this is nice because it's something to use your hands other than being on screens all the time, not watching TV. But your brain, your body, your spirit, your soul needs to relax, unplug, and allow nothing from this fire to get to you. Try and put yourself in a bubble. This is like a technique you can use. Even just start with 5 minutes a day. Sit there, no stimulation. You know, people say like raw dogging life. This is what we need to do for a while a day, just to be able to feel more inspired, not to feel so heavy, because this also gets heavy, right? It's like, think of the charcoal that will be left, or the flames that come out, because if you're the fire, there are flames. And think about passive smoking. The flames will affect other people. So even though we're adding fuel to our fire and we think that we're just the ones that maybe feel a little bit disconnected, feel very chaotic, it's also affecting those around us because of the flames, secondhand smoke. So take time to disconnect, but imagine yourself in a bubble, and then just make it fun, because this is you using your imagination and mind. You're in a bubble, 5 minutes, set a timer, take some deep breaths, and just be there. A lot of things will come to your brain, right? Because this fire is big. It's been burning, it's been growing for a long time, but we're extinguishing it. This is what we're doing by just relaxing. You don't have to lay down, you can sit, you can go for a walk. We're still stimulated, but this is by natural things. It's the unnatural things that can make us feel in this horrible loop, or just be on this burning bush. So let's put it out, try your best, whatever works for you, okay? Something that's not gonna use any mental capacity. It might use some, especially in the beginning, right? Because we're so used to being so stimulated, so it's hard. We want to reach for our phone, we want to turn the TV on, we want to put a podcast on, we want to listen to music, but just start with 5 minutes today and try and build up from there. See what happens, see what comes. You'll feel calmer as a person, as a spirit, as a soul, as a being. Because we're not always supposed to be like doing all the things all the time. It can feel super productive, but you can't do it forever. I mean, you can, but it's not going to feel as fulfilling for you in life to continue to do this. Enjoy this. Enjoy it. It's not a waste of time to just be you.